Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 4 of the 57th edition of the most prestigious and the oldest International Youth Match Racing Championship in the world. We're live from Balboa Yacht Club, beautiful Balboa Yacht Club here in Corona del Mar, which is really a neighborhood, a suburb of Newport Beach, California. We'll be on the Pacific Ocean today for live racing at 11:30. We hope you'll join us for that. The GovCup TV team is ready to go. The sailors are ready to go. It is day 4 here at the GovCup. We have been live every morning at 9. Actually, we started Monday night at 8 with our 8 p.m. with our Meet the Teams, hosted by Andy Rose. It was a great evening. The sailors were terrific. Morgan Pinckney had probably the best tricycle joke we've had. Well, any joke in a while. 9 a.m. Morning shows will continue tomorrow as well, with racing at 11:30 today live and also tomorrow live. Press conference tonight at 7 with the 4 semifinalist teams, and then tomorrow night after the racing, a 5 o'clock presser with the prize giving. We have some photos from yesterday, thanks to Tom Walker, Mary Para, and Bronny Daniels. Great stuff. It was a beautiful day, and then it got foggy. Then it was a beautiful day again, a mixed bag of conditions, we called it. A little light air, a little breeze on. It maybe got to what, 8 knots? Did it get to 8 yesterday? 8 maybe. Did it ever touch 9 knots yesterday? Dr. Don? No, he's saying no. So it was a little softer yesterday, and we hope we've got good breeze again today. It was foggy this morning here in Newport Beach, but it has cleared, and it's a gorgeous day in paradise. Marcello Torre sounds Italian, but he's from Perth and WA. Team Kemp, we're going to have a member of their crew up here on the stage with Andy later in the show this morning. Robbie McCutcheon. Tom Higgins, we're going to have a member of his crew. Jamie McMahon is going to be up here. The big guy in the middle, by the way, is the ILCA 7 national champion last year in Ireland. So he's not only a good crew, he's a hell of a good skipper, sailor as well. Josh Hyde, who's in the hunt, looks like he has a very good chance of getting forward to the semis. Team Hyde, and we shall see who else. And the Bernal team from Brathiel, back here for their second GovCup. And of course, Justin Callahan and co. from Harvard, from Harvard, but really from Coconut Grove Sailing Club in Miami, Florida. And those shots by Mary Longpree, most of them. This was the press release last night with 3 round-robin flights to go. Peterson, USA, Tapper, Australia will go through. They're not automatically, but they are now mathematically through to the semifinals, which will begin after we complete the remaining 3 rounds-robin flights today. 3 teams are in pursuit of the remaining 2 semifinal berths. Newport Beach yesterday, 2021-2023 GovCup winner Jeffrey Peterson from the USA and Balboa Yacht Club again went undefeated in Thursday's round-robin racing to stay on top of the leaderboard with a near-perfect scoreline of 18 wins and 1 loss. Team Peterson is guaranteed to be one of the 4 semifinalists when the best-of-5 series begins later Friday. Likewise, 2023 runner-up Cole Tapper from Australia also went undefeated yesterday and is through to the semis on 17 wins, 2 losses. The others are in 3 others in contention for the remaining 2 semifinal berths. Josh Hyde of New Zealand on 14.5, Justin Callahan from the U.S. on 12.7, and Morgan Pinckney from here in Newport Beach, Newport Harbor Yacht Club on 11.8. These were the photos we sent out last night. These are Tom Walker photos of Justin and Josh their match yesterday. And then this is just a great shot of Cole Tapper and co. That code flag is the code flag Lima, L. Lima is that's the breakdown flag, right? If you need to signal Father Greg Newman and his Bosun team to come fix something or help check something on the boat. And there is JP, Jeffrey Peterson, and co. The leaders so far, as we progress here on day 4, that was a headline in Sail. We're getting great coverage all over the world. 57th GovCup Day 3 headline in sailworld.com yesterday, and again this morning, Peterson and Tapper moving to the semis. We would be remiss if we didn't mention the fog that rolled in for a, half hour, 45 minutes yesterday. There's Morgan Pinckney and co. And what's that, Nichols and McCutcheon, I think, in the fog. It was a foggy dew, but for not for long. And what, Dr. Don, are we going to have any, where's Dr. Don Becker, our PRO? Any fog today, or are we in the clear, do you think? That's a loaded question, I know. We'll ask you again when you get to the stage, so check with Bobby Steele and see if he's got the answer. We put a snarky comment in the press release with the permission of the chief umpire. Thursday's racing was a mixed bag of light to medium breeze with a rare heavy fog bank that rolled through mid-afternoon, reducing visibility to less than 100 meters. Regardless, racing continued apace. Chief Umpire Damien Boldyrew of Australia, who will be up here on the stage as always in a moment, said, quote, despite the fog, the umpires are close enough to the yachts to see everything and make the calls, unquote. And then back at Balboa Yacht Club after the race day, most of the sailors agreed, with one saying, quote, even with the fog, their calls were about as good as usual. We call that damning with faint praise. Quite a day yesterday. It's been a terrific event. Andy predicted Monday night that we have probably the toughest field ever. You never know, because a lot of these, year in and year out, these fields are tough. Jeffrey on top, Team Peterson 18-1, Team Tapper 17-2, Team Hyde 14-5, Team Callahan 12-7, and Team Pinckney. Those are the five in contention. Morgan and co. on 11-8. Marcello Torre has a mathematical chance. In fact, I think we went through that, Marcello and Christine, last night, and the tie breaks don't go in his favor, right? Even if he wins all three and yada, yada. So it looks like it's those top five on that chart. Tom Higgins' team from Ireland, 7-12. Team Kemp from Oz, 7-12. Team McCutcheon. That's a half-point penalty that was assessed a couple days ago if you have a collision and you could have avoided in the judgment of the umpires. They may assess you a half-point penalty. That's why it's a strange number. And Team Bernal from Brazil on 5-14 as we get down to Team Nichols and Team C on 4 wins and 15 losses. Thanks to our esteemed, she's not here this morning, is she, Christoph? She have a party last night? Your sister? Olivia Chalmont, who's our statistician and production assistant. We appreciate that and her very much. That gets us to the official part of the show, but before we get the officials up here, last night there were interesting, if not strange, goings on here at the Balboa Yacht Club, to wit, Andy. The esteemed Regatta Chair for life, Christine Gribben, was found at the flagpole holding on in this shot by Patrick Lieber. Thank you, Patrick, for sending that through. And she's got a whistle around her neck, which I thought was interesting. Get more attention in the brothel that way if you stand out on the patio. Whistle? Hey, sailor. So what was that all about? Well, last night the umpires had their traditional umpires dinner. And it's a themed dinner. We can ask Christine about it when she gets up here on the stage. But this looks like something right out of the Old West, a very well-attired group of umpires and the PRO, Dr. Don Becker, and some spousals. And the theme was, there's a new sheriff in town? Okay, I just made that up. But that was the GovCup Umpires Dinner last night. But that leads nicely into today's, what very popular yesterday, the segment we had yesterday called Who's Your Daddy? So these are submissions. 2 of these submissions are from sailors, from teams. We've got really a great contributing group here. Here's the first one. Chief Umpire Damien Boldyrew from Australia. Who's your daddy, Damien? And this submission from a sailing team says it is from Toy Story, Disney. Sheriff Woody. Now think about that, Sheriff Woody and all the double and triple entendre of that name. That's from Adam. Coach Adam, thank you for that, Adam. Here's another one. He's obviously very sober last night after the... That's Ryan Parkin, our superb umpire from New Zealand. Who's your daddy? Ryan, he's sitting over here at a table watching this as well. Charlie Chaplin. And that came from Robbie McCutcheon. So if Robbie gets any bad calls today, you'll know you'll know why. So Madam Chair for life, Christine Gribben, who's your daddy? From the brothel. Her husband, whom she mistakenly last year at the Meet the Teams on Monday night called him Dennis, so we're calling him Dennis the Menace, the saloon and brothel owner, her husband, Kevin. Those photos also from Robbie. I think Robbie's become a better contributor this year than Will Bolden. The comments are rolling in here from around the world. Sabrina Herrera, who of course is the daughter of Christine, is saying, yes, woohoo, you got it, Mom. Forward to me, please. Strange things are afoot. David James up in Sausalito is saying, strange things afoot at the Balboa Yacht Club, indeed. Let's get serious now as we're in Friday morning. This is our first of 3 shows, the morning show, day 4. And we do have a coach's corner, quickly. No video. Will was not available because you know what day it is in Australia. It's Saturday morning. The last night was Friday night. You expect I'm going to get a video from Will Bolden on a Friday night? No. But he did send a photo from earlier this year. That's in January, and of course you know who that is. You know who that is? Max telling Cole which country he prefers. American has defected to Australia, sailing with Will sometimes down under. He went to school. He went to uni. Is he done with uni in Sydney? Is he? No, he's not done. Will Bolden photo there. There's another Will Bolden photo from last year, a year ago today, saying what a great influence I am on Andy. From July 20. Okay, we had to have a coach's corner. Will did submit those. No video, but let's get serious now with these shots. We're gonna have coming up in a minute with Andy Isabella Holdsworth from Team Kemp, and we're going to have Jamie McMahon coming up with Team Higgins. Andy will interview them in a moment, but before we do that, let's get to our regular officials segment of the show. Please welcome Chair for Life and the whistle-blowing brothel lady, Christine Gribben.
Good morning.
We call her no longer Chair, we call her Madam.
Madam, oh, great.
Over to you.
Oh, it's my turn. Great job, guys. You did excellent job with the lunch boxes. Again, I appreciate it. We're going to keep that trend going for the rest of the regatta, even though there's just 2 days left. I thank you. Becky, we're going to do boat draw. Tonight when you come in, dinner will be upstairs on the far upper deck for all the sailors. So that's where dinner will be.
Who's joining us now on stage but the sailing director here at Balboa Yacht Club. You can zoom out and include her if you want. The esteemed, the famously good Becky Lenhart. For the boat draw. Once again, sailors.
Right hand side.
Please.
All right, we will start with, Dylan this morning.
Yeah, you can come through the crack there.
Number 3, Josh.
So serious this morning. We got to put some music behind this. The Haktua music or something.
Or number 6.
6. Justin. One. Nice. Jeffrey. Or Enzo.
Here comes Enzo.
On the board.
From stage left.
Okay.
4.
4. Let's see
Enzo,
here.
do me a favor. Pull that board out with you when you go. We're not going to do it. Nobody has an umpire debrief question for this morning, right? We checked around and, okay, thank you. That's why the board is there.
Nicholas. Okay. Let me have it.
When this double dipping is going on, it's not because they don't like the boat, it's because they've already had it. And the protocol is that you draw until you get another boat, in this case number 5, which he's not had.
Let's
Nicholas
go with
Burnell.
Marcello. Twelve. Okay. Tom. Okay. Number 2. Who's next? Cole.
I can't wait to see what Morgan's t-shirt says today.
10. Who's next? Daniel. 11. Robbie. 7. Sienna. 8. And then that leaves Morgan.
Clean.
9.
Thank you, Becky. You got a comment. Somebody said Becky is the bomb.
Yay.
Huh? Becky is the bomb. Thanks, Becky. Christine?
Dr. Don Becker.
Principal Race
Our
Officer.
PRO, yep.
And they've changed your title. World Sailing's changed your title, Don, from PRO to CRO. What does CRO stand for? Crow?
CRO stands for Course Race Officer, and World Sailing has decided that if there is only one circle, you're a course race officer, and if there's more than one circle and you're in charge, then you're the principal race officer.
We're going to get you Morgan's t-shirt from yesterday.
Pardon me?
We're going to get you Morgan's t-shirt from yesterday if there's more than one.
Just don't call me
Circle.
late for dinner, okay? Today, it's going to be a little lighter today. My plan is to start racing at 11:30. The tow will leave about the same time. We'll give you a little bit more time to tune up. The program for today, we're one flight ahead on our schedule. The program today will be to finish the round robin and then go to the semifinals. It'll take us a few minutes to sort out break ties and that sort of thing. The winner of the round robin will select who he wants to sail in the semis. And we're going to excuse the 5 through 12 teams. They can stay on the water and watch, or they can sail in. And we're going to do 2 races of the semifinals. That leaves us tomorrow. We will then do the consolation sail-off along with the semifinals. If the semifinals finish before the consolation, we'll finish the consolation before we go into the finals and petty finals.
Any questions for Don?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and to your whole team, Don. Thank you very much.
Chief Umpire Damien.
Good morning, everyone. Any questions for the umpire team this morning? Good. Well, have a great day.
Wow,
Thank you.
That's efficiency.
And Father Greg Newman.
Chief Bosun. He's got, look at his T-shirt.
Good morning. Great job again yesterday. This has been my easiest regatta that I can recall. Damage-wise, contact-wise. It's for you, Damien. So we just want to keep them busy. They're a little sleepy out there. But a couple things. One is I have a program announcement. I brought a gift for someone. On the It's Okay, great sale last night. Brilliant sale, Westerly down, great beer can. We like bacon. Bacon and rum, and then bacon, and then more rum and bacon. So this is for you, Morgan.
Nice.
Come on, Morgan.
Come on, Morgan.
All my T-shirts are older than all the competitors here.
All right.
Awesome. One thing of note, we have a very strong group of ladies and gentlemen on the boats, and despite me requesting to pull the main halyard up to the stop and be good with that, we are putting a little more pressure on there. We're starting to cinch the bolt rope on the sail, and the stop is not a full stop across. It's a narrowing of the groove. A couple of boats yesterday had their mains hoisted above the white band, and that's not the way that the boats are to be sailed. So the umpires have been notified, and the mainsail, when you pull it up till it stops, tie it off. If you get an extra mill, I'm not sure that's going to change your outcomes, but the top of the main sail shall not be above the top of the white band at the top of the mast. Any questions on that? Let's have another terrific day. Thanks for taking care of our boats.
Father Newman, we've got a comment live from Ryan Davidson. World-class team, hoping for a great forecast to finish off the week. Good luck to all. You all know who Ryan is. Remind the gang who Ryan is.
Ryan is a past Governor's Cup sailor. I believe he got third one year, and he's a member of our club. He was also our assistant PRO last year with Dr. Don.
Great stuff. Christine, what else? Anything else?
That's all I have, unless you guys have any questions or comments, things we can do better. Good? Nope? Then I am finished.
Fantastic. Great job. Christine Gribben. The esteemed Regatta Chair. Thanks, Christine. This brings us to the interview segment, the sailor segment. Please welcome to our stage. He doesn't like it when I say guru, so I won't, but two-time winner of the Governor's Cup, Andy Rose. Morning, Andrew.
Good morning.
I trust you're well.
I am, thank you.
Shall we bring up first from the Team Kemp, Isabella Holsworth, who in this shot is what, second from the bow. She's in number 2 position, but in the pre-starts, Andy, you remember she's been up in the bow, and we've been watching that the last couple days with interest out on the water. Please welcome Isabella Holsworth from Team Kemp.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, Isabella, I think you are my favorite sailor in this event so far for a couple of reasons. One, you're a tactician, but you're not only you do the time, which is great. And someone said on the boat, "Oh no, that's all she does." I said, "No, listen to her. That's not all she does. She's a real tactician, and it's really great." But also, you know, I have sort of a tactician's voice when I'm quietly explaining to the other yachts what's expected of them. You have a tactician's voice, which is
Thank
awesome.
you.
We can hear you from the pin end of the line, which is great. So how do you like the job? The thing you guys seem to be doing differently is you are forward at the pre-starts. And I think that's a great idea because you have a better view of where the bow is, and you know how close, you know, you guys are all doing this. when you're pushing or leading to the line. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense just because when we have 4 people, it makes sense to have weight forward in the boat since it's so light.
Yep.
But yeah, you make a good point about being able to see the bow and getting weight forward, I think is the main thing in this kind of light stuff here.
Yeah, and it's a small enough boat that you and Daniel can still communicate, easily, especially with that voice.
Yes,
But,
I yell to the back of the boat.
Yeah, but I think in this case, normally on larger boats, technician sits right beside or behind the helmsperson. But here, I think that makes a lot of sense. And you guys are having a good run. Tell us what you're thinking. I mean, you remember what I said on Monday night, that this particular fleet, anybody can really beat anybody. And I know that's a cliche, but it's been proven true. Go ahead.
Yeah, speaking for myself and the rest of my team, we're having a lot of fun. Racing is very fun. Definitely different to what we're used to back in Australia. Everybody's very high level, so it's a lot of fun and we're enjoying it.
Good. Well, I think one way to tell whether that's true is that the semifinalists, how many losses the semifinalists have. And we have some years where it's 2 or 3 or 4. I think the record is 7, and it looks like that's likely to be the case here. And that just means from top to bottom, the fleet is really, really competitive. Seeing some great moves out there, but right before the start. Each boat, depending on their position, is doing the right thing. Someone's going to you'll have a tie start or someone's going to win it. But I was very impressed with all you guys, and you guys particularly. You've had some good races.
Thank you. Yes, we've had some good races. Close races. All races are really close.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Danielle, you're only 20, I believe, and the rest of you are younger or as young.
I'm 19, and Louis 17, and Lockie's 18.
Awesome. So you could be back if you're really nice to us and keep telling me how wonderful the boats are.
We will.
And the commentary, my God, it's terrific. So okay.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. So where are you on the? We're going to talk about that on air when we start doing the live streaming of the racing. But where are you guys on the weight limit? Are you right at it, or are you?
We are right on it, if not. Yeah, right on it.
Right on it. Well, with all this good food, it's a good thing people aren't weighed later in the week. But yeah, that's interesting. We will talk about that on air because it's some of the teams are not right up to it. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Haven't seen a huge difference yet that we can perceive, but some of the boats that are a little lighter, when it gets light, seem to really have just a slight advantage. It's not much, but.
Yeah.
It's a game of inches, another cliche. So, well, I'm glad you're having a good time. I think you guys are sailing well, and it's great to always talk to another tactician. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Isabella Holdsworth from Team Kemp, and now we got another. Actually, that team is sailing. Andy is sailing 4 up, and this next team is sailing 3 up. So that'll be an interesting contrast. And let's get up now from Team Higgins, Tom Higgins' team from Ireland, Jamie McMahon. Jamie?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are things?
So Tom mentioned earlier you do a bit of, I'm going to call it a laser. You do a bit of ILCA sailing.
I do a bit of Ilka sailing at home. I suppose my whole family are massive Ilka sailors. My sister's off to the Olympics starting on the 1st. So.
Wow. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, this ends just in time, so you can watch her.
And Jamie, by the way.
Exactly, yeah.
I found this online. I was looking for dirt, but I couldn't find it. And I found that Jamie was last year's 2023 Ilka 7 national champ in Ireland. So he's not only a hell of a good crew, but obviously a good helm, is a good sailor as well, skipper.
Well, that I find that important, especially on a small boat like this, that everybody be pretty good sailors. Even if they're not steering. It's good to have somebody that's a helmsman who knows how to make decisions quickly, et cetera.
Yeah, and most of my sailing was done against Tom, so I kind of have a good knowledge of what Tom's going to do in certain situations, which always helps.
Do you usually beat him?
Well, we have. I like to say it. Tom is a fantastic sailor. I could never put him down. But anything over 15 knots, I could probably beat him with my eyes closed. Yeah. Anything under, he could do the reverse, to be honest.
Yeah, that's great. Did you notice that the CYC A team are masquerading as Irishmen today? They're all in green.
I did. I think everyone wants to be somewhat
Well,
Irish at heart, isn't it?
There you go. That's certainly true. So, how are you finding these boats and these conditions? Is it where you sail? Are you also a member of the club that Tom is in?
No, I am a member. I'm a member of a club just across the bay, but most sailing with Irish sailing, our association, is done in Dunleary, which is less than like 100 meters from that club.
Come on, let's hold it. Let's give the shout out to the club, the House.
Hoth Yacht Club, yes.
Hoth Yacht Club.
Yep, I know where that is. What are your normal conditions there, sailing conditions?
We get a wide range at home. We could have anything from, I suppose, 3, even 0 knots up to 30 knots, 35, and we'd go out in almost everything. In winter, it's always windy, and in summer, it's almost always light.
Yeah. Well, the really fun place to sail where it goes from 0 to 30 in one day. That's exciting.
That's when you have the fun, and we get that a few times.
Our
summer days are we always get a thermal or a sea breeze. And
try sailing on the Great Lakes in this country and even one of the non-Great Lakes, Lake St. Clair. And first time we went out there, we're on an all aluminum boat with aluminum rig and stuff, and this thunderstorm comes in, and all the Californians are going, well, can we touch anything? Are we, is this really a danger? Yeah, and then in Lake St. Clair, the thunderstorms tend to circle the lake and come back at you about 20 minutes later, so it's really fun. So what are your plans sailing-wise, other than this? What are you doing? Are you still sailing the Ilka, and you have bigger boat plans, or?
Yeah, I suppose the new game plan is to move up into the bigger boats. I've been having a blast match racing with Tom. Most of my experience on big boats is with Tom. Starting to hopefully get a name for myself now, hopefully a good name. I've got an invite out to Singapore for the Worlds there in the SP20s. And then hopefully joining Tom just before that in Jeddah, fingers crossed.
All right. Jeddah, the new sailing capital of the world. But,
so I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Russell Coots is watching.
Yeah, all right. Anyway. Okay, well, good luck today. You guys, are not going to make the semifinals, but you've had some good races.
Yeah, unfortunately, a couple too many mistakes, but we're having a blast. And
yeah, you were beating who, and then...
that's quite the story. Yeah, we were beating Kemp with a penalty on Kemp. We hoisted our kite on the wrong side, and then we said we'd do even more charity work and gave them a penalty kill. And to be fair, the team Kemp, you guys sailed fantastically. They took advantage of the situation and took the win from us.
It happens. It happens.
It does happen, unfortunately. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to hear the crew perspective here. That if it. Another cliche, but it's absolutely true that without the crews, there's no there. The maneuvers that you all have to do are pretty intricate, and so far we've seen some exceptional crew work. I did say on Tuesday that Jeffrey Peterson's kill of a penalty right at the finish line was the best I've ever seen, the best done. But we're seeing a whole bunch of that from all of you. So. I'm very impressed with not only the caliber of the skippers, but the caliber of the crews. So keep it up.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Andrew, can you stay? And we're going to wrap this up, but we'll talk a little bit about the commentary here in a second. If you can stay with us.
Okay.
And I just want to mention one other thing. Isabella Holsworth, I was trying to get dirt on her this morning as well. And Isabella is famously good at the RPA. She's this year won remember the Dame Pity yacht, the 12-meter? The Dame Patty was the real name. Royal Prince Alfred awarded her 2023, I think it was 23-24, right? This current year. And this your season down under, she won the Dame Patty Award, which is for outstanding personal drive to succeed, and along with Joshua Paulson down there. So congratulations to them both. Ted Ryman is on live from Cape Town in South Africa. We got people watching from all over the world, and he says very succinctly, Isabella is very cool. So I think that's about the summary for all the sailors here, including Isabella. Andrew, we've got a terrific commentary team. Tell us, I mean, myself, with the exception of myself, who I'm really just the host, but you along with?
Matt Whitfield from Great Britain, now becoming an American. Matt will be with us as he was last year. And then we have Tommy Spithill from the Royal Prince Alfred Yacht Club as the roving boat commentator. We've put in a lot more equipment this year, so it should be better. We try to get better every year. This year it'll be in high def, unlike the last. I thought the pictures were fine, but they'll be even better this year. So we're pretty excited about covering it. We just hope that there's some breeze. So we will see you out there, and we may want to talk to one or two of you afterwards. You know, we write the press release also, so we'll probably be doing that, and then we have the press conference tonight. So.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you very much. And speaking of which, we are live at 11:30 today for our second show today, and then we're back in here, as I said at the top of the show, at 1900, 7 p.m. Pacific. You can add 7 hours to that for UTC, and we'll do it all again tomorrow, 0900 pre-race morning show, 11:30 live racing out on the water until we have a winner back in here for the presser at 5 p.m. So our next show is just in a couple hours, 11:30, 2 hours, about 2 hours from now. We'll be out on the water on Adios. Wherever you're watching in the world, we hope you will join us for that. Should be a great show, a great day. Hopefully the breeze will stay a little more than Dr. Don predicted. And we shall see you then. Thank you very much.